Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, my little degenerates. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate here, back at it again for another damn video. Ooh wee. It's that time of the year again. Gamers, developers, everybody, it's that time of the year again. The Video Game Awards show, hosted by Jeff Keighley, is here, December the 7th. It's coming. It's time to get hyped. It's time to get excited. New game announcements are going to be there. And of course, Game of the Year announcement is going to be there. And, I know a lot of people don't take the Game Awards serious because they get all up in arms about their game or like things are rigged or whatever. Nobody gives a fuck, right? This is the moment and the time for game developers, great game developers, the moment to celebrate their achievements, their awards, the sacrifices they made just to make us gamers happy. And I know we get on their asses a lot. I know that we as gamers can be very selfish, but when they make beautiful games, and I would say 2023 has been the best year of gaming, all right? There has to have been a game that spoke to you personally this year. And if not, then I'm sorry, you got to go. You got to do something with your life. You should find a different hobby. Because personally, I met and I have played and I've talked to a lot of my friends about games that they have played that touched them. And trust me, there's a lot. So for this video, we are going to go through the nominees and we are going to give my predictions on who I think is going to win and cast a vote. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, how we're going to do the nominees. We're going to do from esports events all the way up to the Game Awards, Game of the Year. So we're going to start with esports events. And some of this we're going to just skip because I don't know no shit, so please forgive. Best esports event. Obviously, we're gonna do Evo. I don't need to tell you, as a fighting game fan, I'm very proud at how far Evo has come. It gets bigger and bigger every year. This year was insane with the amount of entries. Street Fighter 6 premiered, not premiered, but its first year of Street Fighter 6, so thousands upon thousands of different people from across the globe came out for Street Fighter 6. That was amazing. So much cool announcements. Then, which is the most coolest announcement they announced, was that we have an Evo Day and we have the city to Las Vegas. The key to Las Vegas. Keys to the city. If that's not special, I don't know what is. Alright. So truly amazing time to be a fighting game fan. Evo was just amazing, bro. So without further ado, we just moving on. Best esports best esports coach. Don't know any of these fuckers. I don't watch esports games like that unless it's fighting game. I don't watch this stuff, so I don't care. So how we're gonna do this, we're just gonna pick from we're gonna pick League of Legends, only because I just saw the teaser trailer for Arcane. So, and that's League of Legends. So yeah, Arcane season 2 is coming November 2024, and I'm excited. So we're just gonna pick anything that is Arcane related, League of Legends related, and this is the only League of Legends person, so we're just gonna choose him. Oh my goodness. We are just doing it, bruh. Best esports team, again, League of Legends, baby. Let's go, baby. League of Legends team. We're only choosing them because we like our League of Legends. We love our Arcane. Our Arcane is beautiful. Best esport athlete. Don't know any of these guys. I know my friend did say that this person is really cool and really good. And so for honor from my brother, and I'm just gonna pick him. I don't know who he is, but whatever. Best esports game, again, League of Legends. All right, we getting ready for Arcane. Arcane season 2 is gonna be fucking amazing, bro. Content creator of the year. I don't know who any of these are, but I have my friends. All my friends know Iron Mouse, which is weird. And I've watched Moist Critical and also Maximilian's vote, and they know who this lady is, and I'm gonna choose her because, generally speaking, I love the little mascot she has. She's a VTuber from what I gathered, so I'm gonna choose her. Iron Mouse, congratulations if you win. Most anticipated game. This is a no-brainer. I would say Tekken 8. I'm looking so forward to Tekken 8. Tekken 8 looks like it's gonna be like shit, but obviously we got to Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth or Part 2. I'm looking forward to this game a lot, only because, as I've stated multiple times, we don't know where the fuck this story is going. This shit could go either two ways. It could either be the greatest fucking remake trilogy ever, or we could just plummet all the way to hell, crash the train and everything. However, we are on this train because I need to figure out what the fuck are they changing in the Final Fantasy 7 universe. Like, this shit is gonna be insane. Like, I'm looking forward to this because, generally speaking, all bets are off. To me, based off of what I'm hearing and how Final Fantasy 7 Remake played out, the first game played out, bruh, all bets are off in terms of what they're doing with the story. So I'm excited, but also scared, but I'm on board. I know Maximilian, he's excited for this. My boy Max is excited. Shout outs to Max. He's been covering it. I don't even want to watch his shit, all right? I'm not watching any Maximilian videos when it comes on to Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I'm just fucking going in, guns blazing. We'll fucking figure it out my own self, and then I'm gonna come to Max because I know he's hype as fuck for this game. Me, I'm just on board for the insane shit because it's Nomura, so take that with a grain of salt. Moving on. Best video game adaptation or best adaptation. So we're gonna just go on a little rant for a little bit. So I heard, surprisingly, Twisted Metal is actually really good. It's really good. I'm actually surprised to hear that, but that's really interesting. The Mario movie was really good. Again, I think I have a fondness for this movie the more and more I think about it, because I watched Fruitvale Station before going to see this movie, so it warmed my heart. It put me out of the bad mood. Last of Us will come back to. Gran Turismo. I'm actually surprised Gran Turismo was good. I have not watched it. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm actually surprised how many people really said this movie was good. They said the racing scenes are really fucking awesome. So, you know, I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt. I mean, it is a true story, so it is what it is. You know how true stories are. They kind of mess and blur up stuff. And even the actual real life racer that this is based off of, they even said they messed up or falsify a few things in here. So I don't know about that. And then we get to Castlevania Nocturne. And me and my friends went on a huge rant about Castlevania. We had a whole fucking big ass conversation about Castlevania. And one of the things that the conversation left me realizing is that, as much as I love Nocturne, and I think Nocturne is really good, I think the biggest issue Nocturne has is that I don't think the writing is good. The writing is as good as the previous series. And I think the biggest thing is the jokes. I think the jokes is what made Castlevania the original Castlevania is so good, man. Like, one of my favorites. I'm just gonna shoot off some of my favorite scenes that were jokes. Was like when Alucard and fucking Trevor was fighting for the first time in season 1, and halfway through the fight, fucking Trevor kicks Alucard in the balls, and fucking Alucard just gives this look like, "Are you fucking for real?" And he's like, "Really? Like, really? This isn't a bar fight. Show some class." And headbutt the fucking Alucard. Then it's the scene where Cypher's like, "Okay, you guys are like so annoying, and like you guys are this like big bunch of babies. All right, I'm gonna go find a horse, and you guys just sit there, try not to kill yourselves." And we was like, and Trevor and Alucard's like, "Do you really think we're babies? We're not babies." And then they looked at each other as like, "Eat shit and die. Yes, fuck you." Then with Cypher, and then there's another one, a funny moment with Cypher. Cypher's like, "Oh my god, I moved the castle." And fucking Alucard's like, "Wait a minute, did you just move the castle?" And she's like, "Yeah, I moved the castle." That excited. And then she's really like, "Oh shit, I just moved the castle." Oh my goodness, so many good moments. There's so many good moments in the original Castlevania series. However, I just do not feel that same way. And again, like, the story is not complete, so it could all change, but I just don't think the writing is as good. I think it's really missing that jokes. But sorry for that long tangent on this, because I really loved Castlevania, the original Castlevania, and this was like good, but just wasn't as good. Like, if Castlevania, the original series, was like a 9, this is like either a 7.5 or a low 8. Like, that's how I feel. But the real winner is going to be The Last of Us adaptation. Like, do I need to say more? Go watch my video on Last of Us adaptation on the show. This was phenomenal. As a Last of Us fan, it warmed my heart. And I was the naysayer. I was like, bro, they're gonna fuck this up. I don't need a Last of Us fucking show. I don't need them to adapt one of my favorite video games of all time. Bro, they knocked it out of the park, and I could kiss them for that. And I think what really helped this adaptation, is that regardless of how I feel about Neil Druckmann, he did help them craft this adaptation. So I am gonna give him his props on that one. Best multiplayer game. We got Diablo. I'm gonna give this to Street Fighter 6, only because the matchmaking in the online is so incredibly good. And I think the thing I loved about the multiplayer, at least when you go into the lobbies, you could do fucking avatar battles, which is take your avatars, your custom avatars, and battle against other avatars. That's a cool idea, and you can use the broken ass moves, so you can just have fun and just play around with your friends with the avatars. Then they have, and I think this is the coolest shit, I think every fucking fighting game should do this, is like old Capcom games you could just go and play with your friends. Like, and every week or every 2 weeks, there's some new fighting game, new game from Capcom that's from their old library that you can play. That's just like fucking awesome. And of course, the online is incredibly good. Moving on, best racing game. I don't know any of these fucking games. I'm gonna pick Forza Motorsport only because it's free to play, and I'm not into racing games. I love cars, but I'm not into racing games like that. So anything that's free to play is an automatic win for me. Best Sims, Pikmin is not getting that shit. fuck Pikmin. Advanced War could win. City Skyline, my friend told me, one of my friends told me that they shit the bed on this, and I heard that too. So I know this isn't gonna win. And I didn't even realize a Fire Emblem game came out this year. Usually one of my homeboys, he's a huge Fire Emblem fan. I think me and him talked about it, but I didn't play it. But I'm gonna choose it because it's Fire Emblem, and I love Fire Emblem. I heard this Fire Emblem, if you are a old school Fire Emblem fan, you're gonna love it. If you're like the new school, like Awakening fans like me, they are missing elements like the romance system, because I love me some fucking romance in my games, because I'm a hopeless romantic. So yeah, it's missing that, but it is what it is. As long as the combat is good, that's all that matters. Best family game. This is no competition. Mario won the world. Like, Mario, you know, again, you can say what you want about Nintendo, but, you know, one of the things I gotta say is that they're consistent. They're consistent in updating and really modernizing Mario games, okay? Like, they've been consistent with this motherfucker. So, I'm not gonna ever shit on them for that. So, it's definitely going to win that. I would be stunned if it didn't. I heard nothing but good things, or especially from my friend group, that the Sonic game is good. But come on, man, it's Mario Wonder. Mario Wonder's got that. I'd be shocked if they did it. Best fighting game, I'm just telling you right now, automatically, Mortal Kombat does not deserve it. All right, it's missing too many features. Again, and with its microtransactions and how they're handling the store in particular, like recently I was trying to get the Lee May like fucking Deadly Alliance costume, and that shit is on a fucking rotation, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, do a fucking, like, come on, bruh, like, come on. This is the shit I be talking about with fucking WB and how they handle DLC and microtransactions and whatnot. Just nickeling and diming the fucking community. Don't get me wrong, I think the combat in this game is amazing. I think that's the saving grace. But I can see why so many people was like, we prefer Mortal Kombat 11, because there's just so much content in that game. This is like bare bone shit, bro. And again, missing features, and the story is just pissing me off. So obviously, I think the obvious winner is Street Fighter 6. Just the amount of shit you could do, from the story mode or War Tour mode with your avatar, arcade endings, the amount of just features after features after features in this game is a fantastic. And I just think the mechanics in here is really fucking good. Like, there's a lot to think about in Street Fighter 6, and I'm very, very, very proud of Capcom. Like, to see them come out of the darkness and make an amazing fucking fighting game is truly astounding. You know, I don't know if, again, I don't like talking about the old Capcom. I don't like talking about the Dark Ages, but Capcom. But man, is it so great to have Capcom back, and yo, the sky's the limit on what we can do, man. Like, they've been killing it, and to see the fighting game division so good, and then seeing how big Evo was with Street Fighter, oh my goodness, we peaked. We Capcom fans, whether you're Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, Monster Hunter, any. And now Street Fighter, we eating good. Capcom's back, baby. Moving on. Best RPG. Now, I got a lot to say about Starfield when we get to Game of the Year, but I think it's pretty obvious which one is going to win Best RPG. It's either between Life of P, or Lies of P, or Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know why Final Fantasy 16 is in here, because this shit is barely an RPG. That should go into action adventure, but we'll get to there when we get to there. But yeah, like, we're gonna give it to Baldur's Gate. I've heard nothing but amazing things about Baldur's Gate's mechanics and just how it is an RPG. Like, I've seen gameplay of just people storyline going one way and then completely changing to some random shit, and there's a pretty good customization. I've heard nothing but great things. I can't wait to play it. I'm gonna play it right when I have some free time, maybe around the after Thanksgiving or whatever. But man, like, damn, like, they killed it. Best action adventure. Well, I would pick, personally, out of all these games, I would pick Spider-Man 2. Because I love the traversal. The traversal alone in Spider-Man 2 makes it amazing. Like, I've spent, a lot of people was like, why it took you so long to fucking beat Spider-Man 2? It's the web swinging, man. It's so good with the fucking loop-de-loops, with the fucking web wings, the corner tether, all the mechanics of the web swinging is peak. I think this shit top Spider-Man 2 in terms of traversal. I'm really sorry on that. I know people are not gonna like when I say that. I know Spider-Man 2 fans for the PS2, it's not gonna like when I say that, but I think this is 10 times better. And it peaked. I think Marvel has Insomniac's created something so beautiful. I also think the combat's really good. Everything about this game is just fantastic. The only issue is, again, I think the stuff needed improvement. But yeah, like, just a traversal alone. But if I had to be honest, out of all of these, Tears of the Kingdom is gonna win. We gotta be logical here. Just the amount of crazy shit I've seen people do with Tears of the Kingdom is astounding. It's astounding on how much crazy shit that people are still discovering up to this day is exceptional. Like, and I'm not even a huge fan of this game. Like, this game is like whatever to me. But I can't deny, like, every time one of my friends in our group chat or in Discord, they're just sending each other like clips of people just doing weird and like creative shit with this game. Nah, like, you can't top that, regardless of how you feel about the game. And this is not even a game for me, even though it does one of the best things I love about a video game is freedom of choice so well. This, you can't touch that. But Spider-Man 2 is, personally, I would give it to it, but it's not gonna win. Best adventure, best action game. Obviously, I think if we're gonna go off of actual award show, I think obviously Armored Core is going to win. But I think I would give it to High Five Rush. I just think I've never played a hack and slash rhythm game before. That's incredible. I think that itself is so unique and so amazing that it was really addicting. You know, it's something new that we haven't really experienced before in a hack and slash game, and it's so much fun. And if you turn on the accessibility option that allows you to at certain time, the game will help assist you with the beat. Like, the combat is amazing. So I personally would give it to High Five Rush, but Armored Core is probably going to take it. So we're gonna choose Armored Core. I think Armored Core might take it. Matter of fact, no, you know what? We're gonna be ballsy. We're gonna be ballsy. I'm gonna choose High Five Rush only because I generally think that combat system is unique. Generally speaking. Best VR/AR. Out of all of these, I have not tried any of them. But I'm gonna play. But I will say Resident Evil. If Resident Evil Village is anything like Resident Evil 7 in VR, it's automatically good. Like, especially when you get to the dollhouse scene. Imagine that, playing that scene in VR mode. Oh my fucking goodness. Yo, instantly I'm catching a fucking stroke. Alright? Like, playing Resident Evil 7 in VR was fucking amazing. Playing this in VR, I know would be fucking awesome. So, I'll give it to that. Best mobile game? Alright, we're going to cheat a little bit. We're giving it to Monster Hunter. I see Monster Hunter. I choose Monster Hunter. Fuck you. Best indie? Best dubbed indie game. I've not played any of these, but I have seen Pizza Tower, so we're going to choose Pizza Tower. I think Pizza Tower is going to win. It looks like a little fun game. So we're going to choose that. Best independent game? Now, I've heard Dave the Diver is not actually a best independent game. I heard that. So, that's interesting. But I'm going to give it to Sea of Stars. I love the art style of Sea of Stars. It just looks incredible. And I did watch a few gameplay. It looks like it would be around my park. But I haven't played it yet, so I don't know. Best community support. Now, I'm going to say something controversial. I got a hot take. Prepare your buttholes. Destiny 2 shouldn't be here because based off of what I've listened to from Skill Up, a lot of that shit has... They do not listen to the fans at all, and that game is just like, no. Final Fantasy has been pretty good so far. I know Baldur's Gate do listen to their community a lot and have patches for the game, and they're still working. I believe the Xbox version is out or is still coming out. Who knows? But I know they've been listening frequently to the fans on what they want to see. And then No Man's Sky is just the king of kings. But I'm going to give it to CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077. Holy fuck. What a comeback. What a fucking comeback. Like, I've never seen this shit before. Very rarely do video games get the chance to come back after being on the brink of death and have the love and passion. And the simple fact for community support in particular, that they actually got the modders team, the community to come in and help them fix the game is so amazing. And the sky's the limit. There's still more they could add, but man, they have been just taking nothing but feedback and suggestions throughout the whole process. And you know, again, the game shouldn't have came out buggy. It shouldn't have came out a mess. But a simple fact that they are listening to fans, I think CD Projekt Red is phenomenal for that. And then we go in best ongoing. I more and more. At first, I was giving it to Cyberpunk, but when I listen to my friends talk, it's either between Genshin Impact and Fortnite, especially since, from what I gathered, Fortnite added the original maps back in the game, and like everyone's been fucking dying for it. I want to give it to Cyberpunk, and I think I'm gonna still stick with my gun and predict that Cyberpunk is gonna get it, because again, Cyberpunk, I just said it before, but like Cyberpunk is like killing it. Like, I'm so impressed, you know. And I think what really made me hold up on hating Cyberpunk is truly Edge Runner, that anime really saved their bacon, and it really made me, was like, okay, this world is fascinating. I can't wait to get back into it, and the sky's the limit of where it can go. I'm waiting for the Game of the Year edition or the definitive edition to come out so I can play this game. But once that shit comes out, boy, I am fucking hyped. I'm ready to get into some Cyberpunk. But again, I think if you had to ask me who will truly win, I think Fortnite is going to win. Games for Impact. Games for Impact. Now, I didn't play any of these games, but because this game, Goodbye Volcano High, reminds me of one of my homeboys, I'm playing it. I mean, I'm gonna vote for it. Innovation and accessibilities. Now, this category is very important to me, for me personally, as someone who has is dyslexic. This category is very important to me. I can't speak on Diablo 4 and I can't speak on Hi-Fi Rush. I can only speak on these games. So, Hi-Fi Rush actually has a feature in this game where if you are like really bad at like rhythm games, there's actually like a rhythm timer on the bottom that syncs with the music that helps you get combos and whatnot and when to cancel into combos based off of beats. I think that's impressive and I think that's kind of cool. Again, Insomniac and PlayStation just kills it in terms of how they do accessibility. There's a lot of great accessibility for like if you're blind. There's even more coming along the way, such as like screen reader and like story narration. So many cool things. A black and white filter that people actually changed it into like the noir world. Some people figured out how to make it into the noir world, which is fucking awesome. So many cool shit. I don't know the accessibility for Combat 1, so I'm not even gonna pretend I know there's accessibility, but I don't know what exactly is. It's probably like Street Fighter 6 when it comes on to like, depending on how far or distance you are from the opponent, will bring in will make a sound. But if you had to ask me, Street Fighter 6 deserves this. Why? It's everything I just said, but it's the modern controls. I think the modern controls versus classic controls is such a fascinating topic to have. But I think the simple fact that the modern controls allows people to pick up the game without having to really know the character all too well, but still enjoy and have fun on the competitive level is fascinating. It is so good. So many people, and I went to Defend the North earlier this year, and it is so many people was using modern controls. Even tournament players were using modern controls, and the simple fact that modern controls is in the game, it made so many people play this fucking game because of that. Like, and you can debate whether or not you like modern controls in the game or not, but the simple fact that it takes like characters that you probably always wanted to play, like say you're you always wanted to play Zangief. Well, because of modern controls, you can finally play as Zangief, and it's cool, man. It's really cool, and I think Capcom needs to be praised for their approach to accessibility. And I'm not even just talking about accessibility in terms of also the control scheme, modern controls. I'm even talking about in training. The amount of options you have in training to help you learn mechanics is incredible. There's literally a training mode option to turn on cancel windows. Like, what move allows you to cancel into other moves successfully? That's impressive. As someone who really sucks at that, that's amazing that this game offers that. So, Street Fighter 6 deserves this. Fuck Mortal Kombat 1. Best performance. Okay, so me and my friends had a little debate off of this shit. And a lot of people were saying, like, Neil Newborn should win, So I haven't played Baldur's Gate yet, so I don't know. But look at Yuri. Yuri Lowenthal knows he gonna win this shit. I still know. I have a feeling Yuri's gonna win this shit. Like, look at him smiling. He know he winning this shit. He know he's taking this shit. Bro, if you play Spider-Man 2, Yuri's killing it, bro. Yuri's going harder than a motherfucker. He has something to prove. And he's cheating, technically speaking, because he plays Sasuke. So he already brings that anime energy already. And he kills it in here. So I wouldn't be surprised if Yuri or this Neil guy wins. Everybody else can go to hell. These guys, no offense to Cal Keflis, actor, he's really cool, so I fuck with him. Everybody else, y'all got to go. Idris Elba, gotta go. Sweetheart, I'm sorry, gotta go. All of y'all gotta go. But I'm going to give it to Ben Starr. I just think Ben Starr holds Final Fantasy 16 on his fucking head. And he carries that shit from the fucking beginning to the finish line. The amount of emotions, the amount of rage this man has playing Clive Rossfield is fucking fantastic. So many good moments. Like, even just the opening. Like, I don't want to spoil what happens, but a particular moment happens. And, yo, the way how fucking Ben Starr fucking acts his ass off in that moment is incredible. It's like literally watching one of your fucking family members get killed right in front of you. And he just screams out, "I'll fucking kill you. I'll fucking kill you." Like you could just tell, like, he's crying while angry as fuck. Like, you just feel it. Like, he kills it, bro. He is so good. I'm so happy he won the joystick award. I'm so happy, bro. I'm so happy. But I think he deserves this performance because he carries Final Fantasy 16. And he shows so much different rage as Clive. Like, the emotional parts, the funny parts, the serious parts. Oh my god, he fucking kills it, bro. Best audio design, no brainer. Hi-Fi Rush. The whole game is based off of audio design. I would give it to Dead Space. It's either between Hi-Fi Rush or Dead Space, or maybe Alan Wake 3, me too. But man, like, fucking, hold on. But man, like, Hi-Fi Rush, like, the whole game is synced up to the audio. Like, even like, little objects are like dancing to the fucking audio. And it's incredible. Even combo moves to know when to cancel into other combos. It's all synced up to the music. That's incredible. I don't know how the fuck they did that, but that's incredible. Best score. Oh boy. Alright, this one is hard. Because I'm telling you right now, it's either between Hi-Fi Rush or Final Fantasy 16. Whatever one gets it, I'm completely fine with. You want to know why? Because Hi-Fi Rush, while I don't remember any of the music, I will say the simple fact that it plays with so many different genre of music is really impressive. Like, every one of the bosses have like a completely different music, whether it be like a hip-hop inspired music or score or like orchestra, like everything, or rock, everything. It plays so many different tunes. But I'm going to choose Final Fantasy 16. And Final Fantasy 16, oh my goodness. This fucking game soundtrack, when the icon music hits, oh my goodness. The Titan boss battle where you're fucking running down to meet the Titan, and the fucking rock and roll music comes in with the fucking lyrics, bro. Like, suck my fucking penis, bro. Like, just lick all over my penis, bro. This shit is so fucking good, bro. So fucking good. The soundtrack, I can hum all the soundtracks in this game. It is so epic. Like, it gets you in the moment. It fucking is like the hypest shit. Even the main menu theme is fucking awesome. And then when you beat the game, you get the new the remix version of that song with the fucking woman singing a chorus. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I even have it as a wallpaper, as a Steam wallpaper in the game. Oh, bro, like y'all don't get it, bro. Like this shit is fucking amazing, bro. Like this soundtrack is amazing, bro. I can hum all the songs in here. It's so fucking good. The battle theme, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Even your hub world is so, the music is so good. Moving on. Best art direction. This one's tough because it's between Alan Wake 2 or High Five Rush, or a lot of people say Lysa P, but I don't know. It just looks like Bloodborne to me, but with the Pinocchio characters and whatnot, which is fine, but I just don't find that compelling at all, to be honest. High Five Rush. I think I'm gonna give it to High Five Rush, only because High Five Rush really looks like a Saturday morning, early 2000s cartoon, and I fucking love it for that. How the character designs look and whatnot, it looks fantastic. Best narrative. A part of me wants to give it to Final Fantasy 16, because Final Fantasy 16 story is really good. Out of all the games I played this year, in terms of story, because again, I didn't play Baldur's Gate yet, and I didn't play Alan Wake 2, which I'm looking forward to. Final Fantasy 16's story is really fucking good. It starts off as this simple revenge story that turns into more about saving and helping the branded of the world and figuring out the conspiracy of different factions and whatnot. It's so good, and the journey you go on with Clive is so compelling. I just think that the game has some pacing issues, and I think that's what holds it back. But in terms of a narrative, if you get past the pacing, the narrative is fucking awesome, and I was always hooked. I was always ready for the next best thing in this game. But I'm gonna give it to Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2, based off of what I've seen of the game, boy, I think how they tell their story for a horror game, this game feels like based off of what I've seen, feels like a A24 fucking film. And I'm very impressed by that. Very impressed. Like, very impressed by the narrative so far. It's like really captivating. Like, I have heard like the ending is kind of like a cliffhanger ending, and it's like not that great, but man, I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. Best game direction. Best game direction. Again, I would give this to I would give it to Baldur's Gate because it's so tight on what it's doing. But I think, reasonably speaking, I think Tears of the Kingdom deserve it. Talking to my friends about it and thinking about it a little bit more, Tears of the Kingdom, it's just so much shit to do in that game. It is focused as fuck. Again, not a game I really care for, but just fantastic, man. Just the amount of shit you can do in that game is incredible. And people still finding shit out to do in this game, so that's something. And now we have the game of the year. So, here's how we're going to do this. Before we begin, let me tackle the biggest elephant in the room. the snubs. So no Hogwarts Legacy, and no, for the Xbox fans in particular, no Hi-Fi Rush. I mean, no Hi-Fi Rush or no Starfield. And let me just address Starfield. I'm not surprised Starfield didn't make it to this list, to Game of the Year list, because let's face it, as much as I love Bethesda as a company, because they have a few games that I care about, Starfield is just your typical Bethesda game, from head to toe a Bethesda title, you know, with bugs, glitches, but just a bunch of shit to do, but none of it feels any meaningful. It just is whatever. So I'm not surprised it didn't win. And especially what made me realize that it wasn't going to get Game of the Year nomination was the simple fact that the review scores started dropping when more people got their hands on the game. I was like, uh-oh, that ain't good. Because it was sitting at a high 80. Now it's like mid 80 or like low 80s. And I was like, uh-oh, that doesn't look good. So obviously people were saying or thinking the same thing I was thinking, was like, oh, this is just a mid-ass game. All right. And now I'm not saying that you can't like Starfield. Go right ahead. If you really love Starfield, good. But me personally, I just don't think it's a game for me personally, because it doesn't have aliens. Like, when I go to a different planet, I want to see different things. I don't want to just see a bunch of humans. I want to see aliens. I want to see creatures. I know there's creatures in the game, but I want to see aliens, like different alien species. I was hoping this game would have been the Mass Effect that I've been waiting for. The Mass Effect game I've been dreaming for. But it just wasn't. And I'm a little disappointed on that, and it is what it is. I just have no interest in playing it. Now, as for Hogwarts Legacy, now that's the real snub that really got me, like, really sad. Because Hogwarts Legacy came out, everyone loved it. Everybody who played it said it was an amazing game. I played like a few minutes and I was like, oh, like, this is cool, but I'm not into Harry Potter like that. I was only into Harry Potter because of my ex. So, you know, it is what it is. So I didn't really mind it, so it is what it is. But seeing it get snubbed really hurt. I thought it should have at least got nominated for Game of the Year or something, some category. But moving on from that discussion, I feel like all of these games deserves a place. I know people's gonna say, well, it's not fair that Nintendo got 2 games. Well, Nintendo was the only one putting out high quality games this year, guys. PlayStation, we had to wait until fucking Spider-Man and Final Fantasy 16. And, you know, you could take out Mario. I would say maybe you could take out Mario and put Final Fantasy 16, but I don't even think Final Fantasy 16 deserves to win because, again, I love that game. Love it to death. It's my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. However, it's not a Final Fantasy game for everybody, so I recognize that. These two, however, pretty good games. I can't deny it. Resident Evil 4 Remake, I know a lot of people have been saying Resident Evil 4 Remake doesn't deserve it because it's a remake of a classic game. But they innovated on so much mechanics, the moving and shooting, the enemies are way more aggressive. The parry mechanic in particular, which one of my friends was like, couldn't believe that me and one of my other friends was talking about the parry mechanic. Like, listen, the parry mechanic is the highlight of this fucking game because it completely redefines all the combat scenarios in this fucking game. So that's amazing, and this is why it's fucking great. Spider-Man 2, Again, Spider-Man 2, it may be slightly a little divisive amongst people, because apparently people wanted more from this game. I don't know what the fuck more you want. I think it's a perfect continuation of what Insomniac's built off of. Insomniac has proven once again that these games are the golden standard of how comic book video games should be. I think they elevated the genre by saying you need to come and either be on our level or succeed us. And no other comic book video game has done that in the recent memory besides the Arkham trilogy. And Spider-Man is standing toe-to-toe next to the Arkham trilogy. So they've done it again. Insomniac kills it and shows like, yo, take these properties fucking serious and people will buy them. Baldur's Gate 3 just reminds me of an amazing, like, BioWare when BioWare was at their prime. When BioWare had something to say and something to lose. Like, truly an amazing game. And I can't wait to play it. I'm excited to play this game. And then my baby boy, Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2. Oh boy. My boy Alan. Now, I know one of my friends, they were like, you know, the game's too early to come out. Why the fuck would you, why the fuck is it getting nominated? The game came out. It's been universally praised by everybody. I'm so proud of Remedy. You know, I'm not the hugest Remedy fan, but I've seen where they've come from and see how far they've come in making a fucking horror experience. A23 inspired horror experience game. It's fucking incredible. I didn't think they had it in them, but they fucking did it, and I love the game for that. So I think that's why it deserves Game of the Year. All these games in some category deserves Game of the Year. Now, if you had to ask me what's my Game of the Year, I would say either between these two. These two are fighting so hard to get my top spot. All right, but we're gonna save that for another time. If you had to ask me what's gonna get Game of the Year, I think it's a no-brainer. I think it's very obvious. Baldur's Gate 3 deserves Game of the Year. I just think in terms of how many people were literally stunned by this game, how many casuals came onto this game, like usually I wouldn't even play like game. I mean, well, I would, but I heard so many people first RPG game is this game. The amount of customization, the amount of shit you can do with the story, and the twists and the turns, and the role playing aspect is fantastic, bro. Just talking about this game makes me want to go play it. It really is a phenomenal game, and I cannot wait to play it. But I think it deserves Game of the Year because when I think about a Game of the Year, I think of a video game. A Game of the Year has to do either one of two things. It either has to elevate the genre, or it has to be so fucking tight. It has to be so fucking tight like your mom's vagina that you are impressed by every single aspect of the game. And I think this game elevates the genre because it shows that if you give a developer enough money to make something amazing, they will generally create something amazing. It pushes the genre because not a lot of people are into these style of game, and so many people, just by word of mouth, heard this game and played it. And it shows that more people would want games like this if you take it serious and if you actually commit to your mechanics and everything like that. So I personally would give it to Baldur's Gate. I think it elevates the genre of RPGs by just being very tight and strong in its RPG way. And also the choice systems and the choices are completely, from what I've seen and from what I heard, bro, you could be playing as a fucking hero and then you're like the villain in a few seconds. And I love that. I love that. This is something that not even BioWare, I think, has accomplished. So that is something that I really, really want to I really want to give this game props for. And I guess that would do it for my video on the Game of the Years. We will be finding out the results December the 7th. I will be watching it, and then I'll be making a video on it. And I'm looking forward to this, man. Again, regardless if your game did not make in the game of the year or any category, it doesn't matter. The Game Awards show is all about having fun, enjoying video games, celebrating the media. So if your game didn't make it, so fucking what? It could be your personal video game of the year. All right, I already told you, Resident Evil 4 and Spider-Man are like my top 2 favorite games of this year. So what does that tell you? All right, so it doesn't matter. None of this shit matters at the end of the day. We're just all having fun. And besides, just watch the Game Awards just to fucking see the trailers of the upcoming games. Doesn't matter. But anywho, that's going to do it for my video. If you're new to the channel, please comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know, Mrs. Generator, your fucking nominees, your nominees suck ass. All right, I wanted Starfield to win Game of the Year. Or if you're like, yeah, Starfield didn't deserve Game of the Year, and it is what it is. Like, we all moving on. Until next time, guys. Stay safe. Have a good one. See you December the 7th.